friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and for the first time, welcome. We're out on the balcony and I have a pretty good size haul for you for the month of February. You know that I was on a no-buy ban until my daughter got married on February 22nd. Well, pretty much soon after she got married, I went on some little bit of a buying spree. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I got. I shared with you a couple of lists that I wanted, wish lists for succulents and for houseplants. And on this little buying spree, I actually didn't pick up one, not two, but 4 wish list plants. I got very, very lucky this go around in finding 4 plants that I can check off my wish list on both succulent and houseplants. So let's start with the Lowe's haul that I have for you. And the first one, actually they're both succulents that I found there, is this one. Now you've probably been seeing at Lowe's or Home Depot that the string of dolphins is becoming more available there, and they are selling them for $10.98. That's what I paid for this one. You really have to kind of look at what they have, because some of them were very, very shriveled. The trails were thin and dehydrated and did not look good, so you really have to look. The other thing I discovered about these is that they can break off easily. I'm already propagating some. I'll show you a little picture here of some of the trails that fell off. I'm already propagating, and I've only had them in water a week and they're already getting roots. They propagate really fast, so you know, I may send that to somebody in plant mail or something. Who knows what I'll do with those. But this string of dolphins was on my wish list for succulents for 2020, and I'm really happy with it. Now I am going to repot it in a cocoa liner hanging basket, because my string of bananas is in one of those, and it loves it. It's doing so well in that, and it's been in one of those for a couple of years now. So I'm going to hang them side by side using the cocoa liner hanging baskets, and I'm going to put them out here on my balcony. Right now they get a little bit of morning sun, which is fine for them, but as time goes on and the summer heat gets on, I'm going to bring them back towards closer inside the balcony where they get little to no sun, just bright indirect light. So that's my first plant there, checked off my wish list, is the string of dolphins. And while I was there at Lowe's, I found this aloe. I've already repotted it. It was in I guess it was a 1-gallon container, and I've already repotted it. The tag said aloe alligator, and when I looked that up, I found the actual name was Aloe MACROSIPHON. So I put some pictures here, but it's got a pup on the side and it's got a little tiny one coming out there, and the roots were pretty well established on this one, and I put it in this wider pot. I actually used to have desert rose in this, but I put it in this wider pot to give it some room for the pups, because I'm finding with all my aloe I'm having to pot them, because you know they get so many babies along the bottom that they just simply don't have any room. So I put it in this wider pot. I cleaned up some of the lower leaves and give it some room to start really growing some babies in some pre-draining soil, cactus soil, and I did add some worm castings in there as a little bit of nutrition for it. And I'm really loving the color. It does look a lot like an aloe vera, but the spread is wider on that. See how it widens out as opposed to going up like the aloe vera does. And I really love the gold teeth on the side. I think that's probably why they call it alligator. So that was the second plant, and this I got for $6.98, I believe, at Lowe's. Okay. Now more recently, I did a video, my last video, where I took you on a tour with me to a local nursery here in Gilbert, Arizona, WeVideo Nursery in Gilbert, And I found a few things there. So let me start off first to continue in the succulent theme. This little baby there, I have never seen one of these Sansevierias, or I guess now they're reclassifying them as Dracaenas. I don't know if I can get used to that, but I'm going to still call them Sansevieria. So this Sansevieria Stuckyi, yeah, Stuckyi, I had never seen before, and is such a cool growth pattern. The leaves start off as kind of concave and then they turn cylinder, kind of like the starfish, but the starfish Sansevieria, it has a flatter growth pattern where this one kind of spreads out like almost like a blossom, and it's got two babies under there. Now this plant looks like, actually there's an even tinier one coming out. It looks like it's been propagated before because it looks like it had some babies cut off there. So this plant here is pretty established plant, mother plant that has been propagated before. The roots look really, really healthy. And I put it in this terracotta pot. The roots were starting to come out the bottom, so I went ahead and repotted it and gave it a drink of water because it was thirsty. But I got this one there at WeVideo for $16.98, which I thought was a good price because I look at this and I think that it's more of a rare Sansevieria. I have not seen it before in any other locations. I haven't heard of it, but I'm loving it. So it's a great addition to my Sansevieria collection. Sansevieria Stuckyi. Okay? And then I found this little guy. They had a lot of plants that were 6 inches, and I was wanting one that was a 4 inch. I like buying smaller plants and watching them grow. This guy here is a wish list plant for me, and this is a Euphorbia zigzag pseudocactus. And look at the beautiful pattern in that. I've just repotted it actually this morning. And I love the pattern on that. You can see the reddish pinkish tint on top. That means that's new growth. And this will grow up nice and tall. I'll put a picture here of a more mature one. And I do enjoy getting plants when they're small like this and watching them grow and develop. One, because it's cost effective, you get them at a cheaper price, but you get also too the satisfaction of watching them grow and develop under your care, that you did that, you know. It's kind of like your kid. You watch them grow and you're proud of them. So this is the Euphorbia zigzag pseudocactus. Check off a wish list plant there. Okay. So let's move on to houseplants. And the greenhouse there at Whitfield is really, really nice. They've really developed it more since a year ago last time I was there. So I spent quite a bit of time in there, and they were actually stocking it while I was there, so I got to see a lot of stuff. But one plant that is a wish list plant, house plant wish list, is this baby. Get back so you can see it. This is an Aglaonema CUTLASS, and it is about to bloom also. It's got 2 bloom stalks there. And it was $24.99. For me, that's a lot. I rarely do I spend that much money on a plant, on one plant, but I saw it. It's in such good shape. I have not seen this plant, CUTLASS, in any other local nurseries. Maybe I think Plant Stand had them, but I think they were about the same price. But like at big box stores, you don't see them. And it's such, you know, hardy, good shaped plant. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And so this will add to my Aglaonema collection. I'm going to leave it in this pot right now because before I repot it, because I don't have another pot to put it in right now. So I have to go on a little shopping. Rosie, leave it alone. I have to go on a little shopping spree for pots, which is another video idea that I have, so stay tuned for that. But this Aglaonema is going to look wonderful. And my Aglaonemas I have in ceramic pots, and they seem to do well in that. I don't have any that are in terracotta because I think it would just dry out a little bit too fast. The ones that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, are all in ceramic pots, and they're very happy. It's kind of like a succulent soil with some bark in it, so it's chunky and free flowing, but I need to find a nice ceramic pot for that one. And the last one, that was a wish list, so check that one off. This. Now this, I had to take a closer look at it because initially it was right next to a Brazil, Philodendron Brazil, and I thought it was one. And then I looked closer at the leaves, the shape of them, and that gray streak they have. And when I looked at the tag, I've already taken it off, when I looked at the tag it said silver stripe, which is a Rio. So I picked it up. It was $16.99. You believe that? $16.99 for this one. Now, in my research, I know that Gabriella Plants has developed the Philodendron Rio Sport. So I don't know if that's a patent that they have on that one. And this one was labeled by a different grower as the Philodendron stripe, silver stripe. And in looking it up all over Google, you know, it kept coming up as Rio, silver stripe, the same thing, that they were synonymous with each other. So that's what I believe it is. It is hanging right under, I've attached it right under to my Brazil, Philodendron Brazil, and it's getting morning light. It's very good shape. I have cleaned it up in the sense of some dried leaves inside. I had just watered it, so it's nice and moist. Okay, friends, sorry about that. My phone shut off. So, as far as I know, this is the Philodendron Rio and silver stripe. They're synonymous with each other. So I was so happy to find it there. They said $16.99. Such a cool plant. The pattern of it, the way it grows. And I'm really, really happy. And in the last week I was able to find 4 wish list plants just to check off right off my list for 2020. 2 succulents and 2 house plants. And I love it. So happy. Great way to start off the year, don't you think? Thanks so much, friends. I appreciate your stopping by today. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And if you have any of these plants, and please do give me some advice on what you do to help them grow their very best. I would love to have that. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We have a wonderful plant community where we help each other out in taking care of our plant babies. Thanks so much, friends. Have a blessed day.